take the hit. Welcome back to FPL Take the Hit. You're here with Mick and Joff.
We are back.
Joffy boy, international break is, thank goodness it's over.
I mean, it's all right though. It's all right. A few of the games, if you get into it, it's all right. If you don't, yeah. I mean, I don't know many people that like it. I like it though. I like it. I mean, I prefer if it was like they had like a month off or something like that. They did it properly. Have a month off. But that's the World Cup, isn't it? That's the Euro.
I think, you know what I think? I think the international break is a trap.
Have you started already?
I'm going to start with the trap button. I'm going to hit the trap button, get straight out the doors, straight out the traps.
Oh,
I am not a big fan of international breaks, as everyone must know by now if you do tune into FPL Take the Hit quite occasionally. For me, I'm happy that it's behind us. I'm happy that it's over. I'm happy that we have Premier League football coming on the weekend.
Back. We are back. Yes.
That's right.
I'm pretty pumped though. I mean, it's always having said that, it's always good to have a nice little break. Even a week off, you come back and you just recharge. So I'm definitely pumped for game week 5. Watching a few of these games, give me some crackers.
I mean, having said that as well, I do enjoy the break. I do enjoy the time off. I actually take the international break as time away from football. I watch no football for a good solid 2 weeks. It's just nothing at all, and it's good. It is recharge the old batteries. Spend some time with the family and the kids and the dogs and all that. A bit of fun, but it's all good. Why don't we just talk about international break, Job? Just get it started. Kick us off. What's been happening?
Oh, look, there was
anything important?
There was 3 games. That's what happened. That was something. This is like a first ever. There was a friendly, and there was 2 games for all the European countries. That is obviously for South Americans and stuff. I think it was all friendlies, but. There was 3 games. There was a whole bunch of goals, and there's not really much to talk about. I mean, Harry Maguire got sent off. I mean, Premier League related, you can't really talk too much. I mean, Calvert-Lewin got his first, his first start, and he scored. Danny Ings scored a nice overhead. These were in friendly game, but
friendlies.
There was a friendly, and then there was 2 Nations League. So. Don't worry about it. We don't need to talk about too much international break, I guess. I mean, for all the people that are playing Champions League, that's probably that's where you kind of want to. There's things to talk about with obviously Haaland scoring a hat trick, and actually check out my UCL videos if you haven't already. If you're playing fantasy UEFA Champions League,
absolutely. I mean, I am not the biggest fan of fantasy UEFA Champions League fantasy.
Why is that, Mick?
The main reason is because I'm not that that antiquated with the rest of the world football. I mean, I know the big players and that, but I don't know enough. I know a lot about the Premier League. Don't get me wrong about that. If you know anything about FPL Take the Hit, Mick knows a little bit about Premier League. But when it comes to the Bundesliga and the Serie A and the League One, I don't know that much.
That's what I got you covered.
Joff does. Joff does. So I've pretty much copied his team this season. I just got to bite the bullet and just
play your own game, Mick.
I know that. But you've picked out some really nice, some nice gems, because Champions League fantasy this season is ridiculously overpriced.
Oh man, it's crazy.
It's a joke. Watch Josh's video. He's got you covered with all that kind of stuff. And that's coming from me. I mean, he beats me every season in UCL. It burns me.
Whoop his ass.
Yeah. Anyway, that's enough about UCL, mate. We're going to get straight into it.
Let's do it.
We did a stream last week, so we've already covered the leagues, the game week 4 review. That's all been covered, yeah? So if you did watch last week, you do know that Mickey Boy is on a wild card.
You are.
I'm sitting pretty on my wild card, and I'm pretty happy about it, I must say.
Nice.
Only just finding out that Champions League is going 3 weeks in a row.
Yes.
Game week 1, 2, and 3. That's
back to back.
Massive.
And then there's an international break, would you believe it? So there could be potentially 3 more games in that 8-day period. So yeah, it's a bit like that. It's pretty crazy. Obviously, the congested fixture is it's going to be interesting.
So what does that mean, Joe? What does that mean for Mickey Boy on his wild card?
Oh.
I was actually ahead of the curve before I even found out this information, and I made myself a nice little bench, a playing bench, and I think it becomes almost paramount now.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, if you've got a wild card, you got to consider it. Yeah, clearly.
You got to have some bench, just a little bit of of talent on the bench. Not too much, you know. I don't want to go crazy, but just a little bit of talent. Just a little bit of talent. Just jab it in there. Because I believe. I mean, we called it last season that there was going to be some rotation in Project Restart. There wasn't.
Didn't happen.
But I think this time we're going to be right about rotation. I mean, you got Premier League games sandwiched in between 3 UCL game weeks
and Europa League. And then there's the international break, and then there's a week of just, I think, Premier League, and then there's 3 back-to-back Champions League games as well, and then it's Christmas time.
You know, there's going to be a lot of this. There's going to be a lot of
delete my team.
A lot of delete my team moments.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. If you're not ready, I mean, just be ready. Just get ready. It's time to get ready now. We're telling you to get ready, so you probably should do what we're saying. What do you think?
Yeah, get ready. I like get ready. I mean, I like having an eye on it as well. It's always good to have a bit of an eye on the future, seeing what happens, I guess. So, being a bit ahead of the curve with definitely with fixture log, Mickey boy.
Yeah. So I'll detail my wildcard team a little bit later on in the show. I'm going to go through all my players, my thoughts behind, there's a couple of players in there that you might not think about. You might think Mick's a bit crazy, but don't worry, I will justify those players. So I'll go through that a bit later on. But what we're going to do right now, we're going to get into the Game Week 5 preview.
Let's do it. Let's kick it off.
We're going to go through
straight into it.
We're going to go through and tell you, what we think, what our thoughts are on the upcoming fixtures.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, mate. Should we kick it off with the biggest fixture I think of the weekend?
The Merseyside derby. Is that what you're saying?
Is Everton beating Liverpool at the moment? Is that what's happening right now?
They're on top. I mean, Everton hasn't lost 7-2. That's one thing I know.
Well, that's for sure.
I can't believe they lost 7-2.
This is going to be huge, mate. This is a big fixture.
It's probably either the worst time to play Liverpool for Everton or the best time to play Liverpool.
Age of Adrian's in goal. It's the best time.
Probably the best time.
It is the best time.
Yeah, man.
Like, there's going to be a lot of people out there that will bring up the fixture ticker. Oh, no, Everton have got a red fixture. Better transfer out Jay Rodriguez. No, don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
Bring him in. Yeah, I'm looking to bring him in next game week 100%. I think that I'm going to try my best to get him in. But, I think that Rodriguez is just looking ridiculously, just a beautiful value. He's playing as like a premium midfielder at the moment. He's just, 2 tap-ins for a player that just creates so much. That's what you want. I mean, if you're getting tap-ins from a player of his caliber, man, that's all you really need. I mean, James Rodriguez he's got to be almost essential at the moment. He's just this man right here. Just look at him. Look at his eyes. Look at them.
You got to be thinking about him. If you're not thinking about him, you're probably thinking about him right now because on the screen. But you just got to be considering bringing this man into your team. He's looking just sexual on the ball, and we've seen what he can do. I mean, who looks better technically than this guy in the Premier League right now? I'm going to call it now, Joff, because I'm all about the big calls. But I love the big calls. I think he could possibly be the Fernandes of last season. Now, hear me out here. Fernandes came in priced at $8 million last season, and he tore up the league. If somehow J-Rod, I like to call him J-Rod, J-Rod for short, if he can somehow get wrestle penalties off Richarlison, he becomes just the most essential player in the game.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, it actually could definitely happen as well. All Richarlison needs to do is kind of miss one. And I reckon that, Rodriguez will be like, hey, are you going to give it to me or what? Are you going to give it to me? So I reckon that someone that, if you don't own him, you got to just think about him. Just think about him. Have him in the back of the old noggin up there. And, and obviously other players from Everton as well. This man on the screen right now, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. This guy is just electric. He's scoring every single week. He even scores for England. We've just got to obviously keep an eye on this guy as well. If you don't own him, look, I've heard a few people that are saying that, is he going to be this purple patch player that's not going to be kind of playing for the whole season? But I think he does. If he's on 6 goals already, well, he could honestly be he could be a 25 plus, or maybe 25 plus, but 20 plus goal scorer, I reckon, anyway.
Oh, mate, I'm right there with you, mate. I think he's this Everton team. We've toyed with the fact. We've toyed with the emotions surrounding that. This Everton team could go on and win the league. It's far fetched. Hey, hear me out. I know what you're thinking.
The old eyes are rolling.
I know what you're thinking, Job. You're a madman, Mick. But at the same time, we've seen what this Everton team can do. Ancelotti is a gun manager. He's made some great signings. We've got this beautiful Everton team pumping out some beautiful football. Hey, I'm not ruling it out.
Hey, look, anything's possible. We live in a world where anything's possible. I understand that, but it's not going to. Honestly, in my opinion, it's not going to. I think that there's too many strong teams, man. I mean, Liverpool and Manchester City, they're going to be fighting it out again. I hope that Chelsea have a good crack, and I hope that United get their stuff together and have a good crack. And even Arsenal's looking amazing as well. I hope. What my hope here is that it's a 6-horse race, which that's far fetched as well. But anything's possible.
Hey, but what about this guy? He's got something to say about that, right? Mr. Digne, he's ripping in balls in that left wing.
He's looking great.
Giving Calvert a lot of service, which is what we need. We need Calvert to get some service.
As Calvert owners.
He's someone to definitely look at. If this Everton team keeps putting out these performances.
Well, they need to keep clean sheets, though. That's the thing with them. True. They're not keeping any clean sheets. They're conceding goals, but they're scoring goals. And we know that Digne is going to be, obviously, he's going to be on some set pieces as well. He's obviously going to be whipping in balls for fun. That's what he does. He loves the old cross. And obviously, Dominic, when they're number 9, looking good.
I like this Everton team. All right, let's talk about the other side of Merseyside, Job, the red half of Merseyside. So they got their butts handed to them on a platter by Aston Villa. Aston Villa. The nearly relegated last season Aston Villa.
It's pretty crazy.
We've seen this Liverpool team capitulate without Alisson in goal. And that's probably down to the fact that Adrian is he's trash, isn't he? He's trash. He gets, people. And then there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to be thinking, you know what? Adrian's nice and cheap. This Liverpool defense is a nice route in there, but I'm Joe. I got to say, he's a trap.
Of course,
he is a trap.
Of course, you have to go.
He's a massive trap, and if you go there, good luck to you on your wild card. You're probably going to be transferring him out very.
How long is Alisson out for? If he's out for like 2 months or whatever it is. He could be a massive trap, but I don't know. I don't know. Like Adrian, I remember when he was at West Ham, and that's the thing. Some of these players, they go to these big clubs, and what's the difference between when he was at West Ham or Liverpool? It's pressure. They can't handle pressure, so he needs to look after himself. He needs to look after himself mentally, get himself in a good frame of mind, and he'll be right. Because all he's doing is just playing for probably the best team in the world at the moment. They won the Champions League. So that's just the thing, is that get your mind right and he'll be rocking. You know what I mean? That's all he needs to do, because he just does crazy, stupid shit, which he probably wouldn't do at West Ham. He didn't do at West Ham. He did not look this crazy at West Ham, man. Like I remember watching him at West Ham, and he looked fine. He looked like your average keeper, he looked like, Adrian's a good keeper, like Fabianski when he was at Arsenal. He looked crazy. Chesney at Arsenal looked crazy because they couldn't handle the pressure. So once they get their themselves together, they get their energy balanced. I think that Adrian can be good there. I still think that, but he's got to balance himself. Is he going to balance himself in the next 6 weeks? I don't know.
Good luck to him. Good luck to you, and good luck to those managers out there that are going to be transferring in that trap.
He's my Champions League keeper. I'm backing him up, man. I'm backing him.
All right, so we should have Sadio Mane back. I reckon on the weekend he should be back from his little stint out on the sideline. So
some sort of virus.
Bringing back Sadio, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, I reckon he'll
bringing back the equilibrium of that front three.
Yes,
which is
he brings
massive.
Back balance.
He
himself.
does. He brings back the balance. That's massive. Sadio's a gun.
Jota scored a double in the Nations League, the recent game. I think it was this morning against. I think it was Sweden. He looked really good, but obviously, Mane's their guy, and obviously Firmino's going to keep his position, no doubt about it.
So Mane, I think, the reason I'm bringing him up is he's someone that's going to fly under the radar this week because of obviously he missed a game and he would have had a massive transfers out. He was transferred out massively, and obviously everyone's shipped him for this fella for big bad Momo Salah. Oh yeah, we all love Mo. Mo scored a really quiet brace against Villa. People weren't even caring about that.
Yeah, no.
But that was
everyone was in
brace.
shock, I think.
Oh, it was an amazing brace, though. If they won that game 2-0, you'd be like, oh, Mohamed Salah's king of the world. But it wasn't to be. So, obviously, Momo is massive. He's a massive captain shout this game. I think there's going to be goals in this game. Mohamed's going to be raring to go. He had the international break off, I believe.
He did.
So, he's going to be pumped. He's going to have the afro out.
He's going to be rocking and rolling.
Rocking and rolling and raring to go, Joffy boy.
And actually, we've got to quickly talk about the 2 defenders as well. If anyone's on a wild card, Mick, what are you suggesting about their defense?
Oh, I love it. I love this question. Now, everyone's going to be thinking, I've been getting a lot of flack on Twitter, and people have been saying, you know what, Mick? you're on a wild card. Yeah, this Liverpool defense is rubbish. It's trash. Adrian couldn't save himself from a paper bag. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Why not cash in on Trent Alexander-Arnold, who scored over 200 plus points last season, and just use that money elsewhere? No. Sorry, I'm not going to do that. I am on my wild card, but I'm not crazy, yeah? I ain't going to be putting me in no padded walls. No sirree, Bob. I'm going to be keeping this fella. And I'm suggesting that people out there on their wild card do keep the Liverpool defenders, yeah? They are going to come good. Yeah. They're going to get attacking returns. Trent is a 7.5 million midfielder. That's what he is, playing as a defender, out of position.
Yeah, I mean, they are playing as a defender to be safe, but saying this. But, I mean, they're getting forward. Robertson is looking... honestly, like out of control as a wing forward. He's literally camping in that box. Yeah. Will the 7-2 defeat change the structure of Klopp's team? I don't think so. I think that he sticks to his guns, but I reckon there's going to be a slight amount of emphasis on it because Trent. I think it was more so Trent's wing that got attacked more in that 7-2 game. But yeah, it's like I said. I mean, it's one game. They got belted. They're gonna be raring to come back. I think it's enough about this game as well. I think it's going to be an amazing game. Big game. I reckon there's goals in this game. Though. I can't see a clean sheet for either team. Hey, it could happen though. Anything's possible.
Big game.
But big game incoming, and really, really pumped for this game. It's actually at 10:30 Australian time, so we all get to watch it. Yeah,
pump it up.
Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
All right, let's move on to the Chelsea-Southampton game. Chelsea at home. I don't think anyone owns this fella anymore. Poor Timo Werner.
He's got shipped out.
Couldn't buy a goal. Couldn't catch I'm not going to say that. Good old Timo.
Lampard was playing him as left back.
I mean, I can't recommend him anymore. I'm sorry. I've jumped off the Timo wagon. I've kept him.
Watch him do stuff.
I've held on for so long.
Watch him do stuff this game, Mick.
He's gonna. If he gets stationed in that centre forward role, I'm just gonna rip up my team.
Oh, man.
I'm just gonna hit the delete my team button. And just get very upset with myself. But I don't know. Where to with Lampard and Timo Werner, Job?
Oh, we just need these boys to come back. That's the thing is the international break came at the best time for Chelsea. The best time because all of a sudden Ziyech could be back to fitness. And obviously, Havertz has had a couple of games for Germany, which to get a bit more confidence back. And chuck him on the screen. And obviously, Pulisic back from injury as well. So you guys have come back to a team that's going to be flourishing. And I believe Werner plays up front this game. I believe that Pulisic definitely starts, and maybe Havertz on the wing, and maybe Mount behind the striker, something like that. But I just think that it starts to look a bit more natural for Chelsea, and I think that a lot of people are going to be writing off Chelsea, especially in this wild card. And I think Chelsea start to hit the ground running against Southampton. I think this is a game that you guys click into gear. But I mean, having said that, if you're on a wild card, I mean, you got to wait, don't you? I mean, you can't just be like, oh, Joff said it, so it's going to happen, because you got to wait and see. Obviously, we don't even know. I don't even know if Ziyech's going to play this game, if he's actually going to get a minute. I don't know what Lamps is thinking. Lamps got a mind of his own, and he's dealing with the pressure as best as he can. It's a big. I think this season's got much more pressure than last season. I know that Lamps is like this. Pressure, I don't care. And he's great like that. However, having said that, it's pressure from the media. The media's throwing pressure at him. He's got pressure between his players. He played Abraham as his striker. I think that he done that out of respect from last season, because Werner's his guy. But I think he did it out of respect from last season. It's like, you know what, Abraham helped me get into the Champions League, so I've got to give him a chance.
Yeah, give him some minutes.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So
I like that. I mean, that's the thing. We're coming back to this full complement of Chelsea.
Yes,
I am on a wild card, and I am probably only going to own maybe one or two Chelsea players, but it's going to be fringe players. Like it's probably going to be Chilwell. It's going to be this fella. I mean, I think he's almost a must own. After what he did in that first performance,
well, he's definitely not fringe anyway.
He's not fringe, but now my other player will be Jorginho.
Yeah, he's fringe.
I'm not going to go. I really want Ziyech or Pulisic in my team.
You can't do it yet.
You can't do it yet. That's it. I mean, especially
it's just too risky.
Ziyech at 7-9 and Pulisic at 8-3. They look like they're ready to explode once they hit the scene, but they haven't hit the scene yet. Yeah. So it's a wait and see for these two fellas.
What's the thing is, if you want to be a bit crazy, you could bring in one of them this week, like as a complete bit. That's crazy, man. That's complete lunacy, especially if you don't own Hummers.
That's it. But I mean, this is going to be a good test for Chelsea. You know, they're playing Southampton. Hasenhüttl can put out a good team. They can put on a good performance. They can also get spanked, which we've seen this season. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see here. But I mean, we all know where Joff's going next.
Yeah,
we all know where he's going.
I had to go
here
there. I've got to go there. I mean, this guy right here, he scored an overhead kick for England. I don't know how DCL climbs the pecking order and just automatically he's their backup to Harry Kane now because
it's on the screen, right? We get it.
But Danny Ings, you just can't write.
Say the words.
He's clinical. He's clinical. Danny Ings is the businessman of businessmen. It's like he'll just walk into any business and just be like, "Listen, this is how you run your show, all right? Do you guys even know what you're doing?"
Danny, what's in the briefcase? Crackers.
Yeah, he scores crackers. He has fun while he does it, man. I love this guy. I think that he scores against Chelsea. I think that this game is going to be like 3-1 or something like that. You guys will win. But Danny Ings scores. Potentially gets 9 points. No, you won't.
Thank you for being so clinical. Danny Ings, you're a legend.
I love this guy.
Joff, did you own Danny Ings at the moment, by the way?
I do. I actually did. I brought him into my wildcard. If you didn't learn that in the last podcast or video, then Danny Ings is just going to be – I think we're going to have another season from him, man. He's really showing signs and I know it sounds crazy.
Joff is pro Danny Ings. Okay, we all know that.
Well, the thing is that we've spoken about. Actually, you know what? Best to bring it up right now is that
Daddy boy.
In the next 3 weeks, anyone that's in the Champions League or Europa League, they're playing. Basically, we've mentioned it, but I want to mention it again. 3 weeks in a row. So it's going to be Premier League game, Champions League game, Premier League game. So it's going to be 3 weeks in a row, and then there's an international break, and then I think it's another Premier League game, and then it's 3 weeks in a row. So any team that has, that has been playing, like Chelsea, Tottenham. Obviously Manchester City, Manchester United, all of these teams are going to be playing fixtures city. So I think from my calculations, it was 14 games in 8 weeks or so, and then the other teams are going to be playing 8 games in 8 weeks. So it's just one of those things where, it's just we've got to keep our eye on that. That's where players from Southampton and players from Wolves and players from Everton, these kind of teams they're not in any cups. So they're going to be kind of all systems go in the one cup. I just want to put that out there. If you want to take that on board, take it on board. If you don't.
Thanks for that, Joff. Let's move on to the next biggest game probably of the week, if not the biggest game of the week. I mean,
we already mentioned how many biggest games are there.
City and Arsenal fans out there will disagree with you with that. But Manchester City versus Arsenal, Joff, massive game. It's going to be a big show of power on which side, where the power actually lies.
Guardiola, Tottenham, huh? Guardiola, bloody.
Arteta, Guardiola and Guardiola Jr. There you go, facing off head to head. It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be an interesting game, and I think Arsenal are going to be up for this game. They're going to be up for it, and City are going to want to really turn the Jets on.
Yeah, 100%. This is obviously City's going to be. They're coming off a 1-1 draw against my boys Leeds, and they're going to be pretty pissed off. Let's be honest. I mean, Guardiola's not happy right now, man. He is not a happy man. And same as like we mentioned with Klopp as well, getting belted. So, and same as with obviously Ole Gunnar Solskjaer getting belted. But these are, I expect all those three teams to have a massive response. These are three of the biggest teams in England, let alone the world. And I think that Guardiola, this game is going to be one to watch. It's going to be an amazing showdown, and I think there's definitely goals. Even though Arteta seems to keep it nice and tight, but this man on the screen right now, he's going to be hungry as well. And is Aguero back, Mick?
That's the thing. I'm hoping for City fans out there and for City themselves that they do have one of their strikers back. If it's not Jesus, if it's Aguero, so that Raheem can play in his preferred position.
Yeah,
and they play a lot better when they've got a real striker,
100%,
right?
100%.
And that's gonna really help this City team if they can pick apart this Arsenal defense, because this Arsenal defense it's a good defense.
Oh, it's amazing.
Arteta's built this really nice defense.
The thing is, he's only got like squad plays. He's doing like a bloody Ferguson. He's got squad plays. They're not amazing defenders either. I mean, some of them are, but he's obviously Luiz is a player that everyone thinks is very like a liability, but they're kind of keeping it together. Like what's the other, the 4.5 million defender? Holding. Yeah, I mean they're kind of not keeping clean sheets, but they're doing all right. This is actually going to be like Arteta would know. This is a huge test for his boys, because I mean City could still kind of pummel. They could pummel, and this man right now is about to hit the screen. He could do damage as well. Like,
how do they keep this guy quiet? Last time they played Arsenal, do you remember what happened?
What did he do?
Captained him.
What did he do?
He got double-digit score. I mean, a couple goals, maybe a couple assists, whatever it was. But he destroyed them. But this was an Arteta-less.
It was previous. I was going to say, was it previous Arteta?
Yes.
It was
so, I'm hopeful of KDB. I'm very tempted to captain him. I think my captaincy might be implanted in his chest right now. It could be there. It might not be removed because I might stick with my stick. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
That's the thing. You've been on him 2 weeks in a row. So have I. I've been let down twice from him as well.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Do you flip? Do you flip on the KDB?
I think I'm going to flip. I'm on Sun right now, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to wait till a couple of days. I'm not sold on Sun as of yet, but I mean, this guy right here,
the KDZ,
man, he could just flip a switch.
Do they keep KDZ? Does Partey keep KDZ
Thomas
quiet?
Partey.
Thomas Partey.
So I probably would recommend. Just want to say, not recommending owning him because. Obviously, he's a defensive midfielder. He's like the Hulk. Let's be honest, this guy's a beast. And
what's he worth in the game?
I don't even know. I think he's like 5'5" or something. But yeah. So anyway, Thomas Partey is like going to be really built into this Arsenal team as well. He's going to be really in their favor. So yeah, keeping KDB quiet. I don't know if they do it. Is he in the game?
I don't see him yet.
He's not in the game, is he?
No.
They haven't put him in the game. Why did they put him in the game?
That's strange.
Interesting. Anyway, interesting. But yeah. So. Yeah, interesting game. I hope that there's some goals here. I hope that Manchester City do some business here. Because, I mean, a lot of people own Phil Foden as well, mate. Do they get rid of him or do they keep him?
That's the thing, man. Like, he obviously that first game week, he got his goal and we thought, oh, yeah, maybe Phil Foden, 6.5 million, underpriced, could be the business, but the City team has underperformed so far. Yeah. And you got to stick with form. Unfortunately, that's what this game's all about. It's all about getting the players before they hit that form. Yeah, and you don't want to get a player when they've dropped off the form. But this guy's not in form. City aren't in form. So for me, on my wildcard, he's gone. He was in my team. Yes, he's gone. He is so far from my team. It's not funny.
Yeah.
I don't want him in my team anymore. Simply because he's out of form. But he could pick up form at any moment. It could be this game. It could be this game.
That's the thing with Manchester City, man, is that you just can't write them off. You just. I think that with City, it's a bit different with form, in my opinion, that it's just like, they can click into gear and hit 6, you know what I mean? Any given time, any given moment, but at the same time, you're playing Pep Roulette, baby. We didn't even know if Foden gets a minute. He probably will. He should. But
that's true. But now, see, I've hopped off the Foden train for now. Do you still own Foden?
Nah, he's gone.
He's gone as well. Yeah. So, yeah. For me, it's a wait and see. I think KDB or Sterling, you need one of them. But Philly Fodes, staying away from him for now.
Yeah.
That's enough about this game, Joff.
Let's move on to Newcastle and Manchester United.
Big game here. We've got Newcastle who are looking half decent.
Wilson, Mick. Yeah. Wilson.
Oh, Wilson. Wait, where is it? Hold on a sec.
No, you can't. You can't.
Bring up Big Bad Willie.
You can't.
There he is. He's a trap.
No, you can't. You did it, didn't you? You did it.
I am not a fan of Mr. Keller.
I mean, Wilson, he's really proving himself again. How many times do you have to prove himself to, man? I honestly, if everything goes to plan for me, I'm going to be bringing in Wilson next week. I'm going to give him one more week to prove himself. This game, if he scores against Manchester United, he's in my team. That's it. You've done. He's done enough already. But I'm one more week.
What about this guy, Jeff? Do you think Bruno's going to do some stuff?
I think that Bruno is going to have an amazing season. I mean. I'll be honest, I've taken him out this game week, but, he's just, at the moment, United just don't look good. Let's be honest, they don't look good. But any given moment as well, we know that this team can click into gear, and we know what Fernandes can do. Fernandes is going to be just, doing his thing, man, getting points, scoring penalties, scoring free kicks, all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? But at the same time, this United team just doesn't look good, and he's not getting into those positions that he was, Project Restart.
Sure. I mean, I'm not impressed with what I'm seeing from Harry Maguire. This defensive display from United's been
I think that's their biggest,
absolutely poor so far this season. So, yeah, I've completely gone off United. I've owned Martial this season for one game week. I owned Fernandes for one game week this season. And, I mean, they both blanked when I owned them, respectively. But I've not enjoyed what I've seen from United. I need to see more from this United team. They've got so much more. They've got this beautiful midfield, this beautiful attack. I want to see them use it, utilize it. Come on, Ole Gunnar, do something.
I think you're spot on though, in the respect that it's basically sometimes it starts at the back, and their defense has been horrific. It's as simple as that. It's the best way to put it. I mean, they copped 6 goals, at home to Spurs, and they copped 3 goals to Crystal Palace. Like, in these types of performances, you're not going to be, getting your hauls, like for Fernandes to get massive hauls, sometimes he needs to score goals on the break, like against Brighton last season, for example. He scored that goal on the break, getting 15 points. You know what I mean? Like things like that. You know what I mean? Obviously, they got that win against who was it? It was Brighton this season. But again, they copped goals again. They got lucky to win that game as well. That handball late. So it's just, I don't know. We need to see some defensive displays from United for them to get their kind of mojo back, to get them the confidence for the FPL players to be looking more tantalizing, in my opinion, anyway.
We need to see more from this guy, mate. We need to see more from Mason Greenwood, I believe. I mean, Project Restart, he was unplayable.
He was amazing.
Yeah. When this season started, we thought, Mason Greenwood, 7.5 million. Yes, please.
Yes.
But all of a sudden, he's completely off the cards. No one's looking at him.
Yeah.
And we need to see more from Mason Greenwood. That front three is just not clicking.
They're not. But I mean, having said this, we have got Edison Cavani, who's just joined this team as well. And he could look, again, this is another situation.
He could look old.
We haven't seen what
out of depth.
We haven't seen what can happen with Ziyech and also Cavani at the moment.
I love Cavani. I love Cavani.
Cavani could be good, man.
I'm bagging him out right now, but man, he could be amazing.
El
Not
Matador.
good. He could be amazing.
He could be amazing.
League, yeah.
He could be
amazing. Has power. He has grace. He has beautiful hair.
He's a matador. He has beautiful hair.
That's the three qualities to make a good Premier League player. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Was one of them beautiful hair?
Yes, absolutely. That's why I never make it. I never make it. I get eaten up. They immediately eat me up. They'd be like, "You got no hair." He's just going to.
Sorry, man. Sorry, like Thomas Gravison, huh?
Yeah. So I think it's a great signing for them.
Yeah. So
it's going to give a lot of leadership to these young forwards that United have.
Well, that's the thing is, Ole Gunnar's had 2 weeks to integrate him as well, obviously behind closed door games or whatever. So I don't know what happens. I think that he starts up front instead of Marshall. Maybe Igalo starts. I don't know. But anyway.
Marshall's out, isn't he? Marshall
red card, 3 games.
Yeah,
so
3 games.
That's why I think that Greenwood definitely starts this game. And that's why Greenwood, Mick, because it's my pick this week, that's why he is my gut feeling. Gut feeling. Yeah, that's right. He's my gut feeling pick. He's owned by 5.1%. And he scored against Newcastle in the last game that he played against Newcastle. So I think that he's going to remember that. And I think that he's going to get himself back into the score sheet and maybe back into our hearts, Mick.
I want a double cheeseburger and hold the lettuce. Double team bun, no seeds on the bun. Big Mac. That's a big choice, mate. I'm just giving him like absolute.
He's hammered it.
Absolute howl.
He's hammered it.
And you going for the gut feeling pick. I like it. I like it. I like when you do that to me.
Anyway.
Just before we jump off this game, Saint Maxim.
Yes.
If you're on your wild card out there, 5.3 million, just a cheeky one for you. I really wish I had an extra 0.2 and he would be my 5th mid guaranteed, but I don't have it. If you do have it, think about him.
And what about Ryan Fraser?
Yeah, give him his time. He needs some time. He needs some integration time and all that kind of business.
He scored for Scotland, and Mick has tried to burn his house down a couple of times.
No, I love Ryan Fraser. I love him. It's great. He's good value. Let's move on and swiftly move off. Sheffield versus Fulham. Not a lot to talk about here, Joff.
Nah. If you're in Mitrovic, probably keep him because they could score.
Yeah, Ryan Brewster. It's going to be interesting to see. Is it Ryan or Rihan?
Rihan, I believe.
Rihan.
It's pronounced Pam.
Rihan, Pam, and Brewster. If Brewster starts, 4.5 million for a starting striker, that's massive job.
Whoa.
He'll be in all of our teams possibly at some point this season. But he needs to start. I mean, this Sheffield team needs goals.
They're not scoring them. They're not getting them, and they need goals. So if they can get some goals, maybe this young gun will get them for them. So Ryan Brewster is pretty much the only thing I'm looking in this game. That's it. I mean, Fulham are down. That sounds fair.
And Sheffield United need goals. If Brewster starts, maybe
we'll have to wait and see there. Anyway, Crystal Palace and Brighton, another swift move off. I mean, you've got to talk about this man. Give him a click. Give him a click on the screen. Mr. Zaha. Mick loves him. Mick thinks he's one of the best players in this.
It's time for Zaha to stop performing, because the transfer window is closed. So if you heard Zaha, you know what's coming. That's right. He is a massive trap.
Is that going to happen every week?
Every time we bring up Zaha, he's going to get the trap button.
This is like one of the best game weeks for him to prove you wrong as well. He's got Brighton at home. I mean, Brighton haven't kept too many cleans. Will he do it, Mick? Will he perform, or will he continue to be your trap player?
He's still at Crystal Palace. He didn't get sold. So he remains
I love that.
forever a trap.
I love that during when the transfer window's open, he plays.
He plays.
And
That's
then
it.
as soon as
He
it stops,
plays.
he's like, nah,
That's it,
I've
I'm
had
done.
enough.
That's it.
I didn't leave.
I'm still stuck.
You didn't get the money that you wanted. How much did you want again?
Blame for Roy. Like Roy.
Oh, Roy.
Oh, Roy. Just retire, Roy.
Oh, poor guy. I heard that PVA is back in training or something like that. So maybe Mitchell owners might have to move you on soon. I will just still wait and see, obviously, to see what happens there. And obviously, Brighton's got Lamptey's a doubt, apparently. I think Lamptey still plays. It's the same old story.
Tariq.
Yeah, you got him on the screen. Good on you.
Tariq.
I think he plays. And obviously, Maupay. We've got to talk about Maupay just real quick. He's on penalties. He's scoring goals. He did a Panenka penalty, man. Like, anyone that does that, excuse me, I mean, wow, that's it's a bit of confidence, and he could be one to look at this season, Nick. Still, I mean, he's doing business.
Yeah, no, he's well priced at 6'5". I prefer someone like Antonio, Bamford, Wilson,
Of course.
basically anyone but Maupay at that price point. I prefer over him. But yeah, I mean, if you want to go for him,
Oh, well, look, I think that the system that they're playing this season with Lamptey on the right, it's working anyway. Anyway, we'll move past this game. Let's talk about this man on the screen right now. You're click happy, Mick. Click on this man right now because he's just electric. He's electrifying.
The Korean barbecue.
He's electrifying.
Barbecue. John, I'm just going to go straight into it.
Breakfast abandoned. Triple Captain Pick. Triple Captain Pick.
That's right. He is my reckless abandon triple captain pick this week. Sonny boy, if you don't own him, maybe think about owning him. The Korean barbecue is going to be fired up. He's going to be ready. Did he get a break on the international break as well?
He had a break too.
I think he did. Yeah, there you go. See, I do know stuff about international break.
Yeah, you know the stuff
I know who gets rested.
It's FPL related.
Anything that relates to my team or pertains directly to the players that I own, I know that stuff. So yeah, Sonny boy, massive.
Sonny boy.
He's big. He's big this week, mate. He is massive. He's going to be raring up to go.
So
he's going to be playing up front if Mr. Kane decides to be injured.
Oh no, Kane's playing. What are you talking about? Kane, he played this morning in the what is it, internationals. Don't worry, he's playing. Kane equals honeypot. Oh man, where you get? Oh man. Anyway,
those of you out there, they're going to be dipping your hands in the Kane honeypot. Good luck.
He's playing. Look, he's playing a little bit deep for my liking to be worth 10-6. But look, having said that, he's like the top point scorer alongside Sonny boy. So you got to have an open mind with Harry. I think he's got more assists than he's ever had in any league season, or he's one or two off, something like that, something ridiculous like that. So you got to keep an eye on Harry Kane. You know what I mean? But having said that, he's playing deep. And at the moment, I'm not looking at him because he's playing too deep. But if you're bringing him in, if you got him, you keep him because he's doing business, man. This guy is killing it. He is in form.
Have an open mind, pull my trigger down. No, I'm not going anywhere near Harry Kane. He's staying swiftly out of my team. He's overpriced. He's a honeypot, and he doesn't deserve a spot in my team. I'm sorry. I have no room for you, Harry Kane. I do have plenty of room for Son. I think Son is well priced. 9 point. You know me. I'm the value guy. Hey, I'm the value guy.
He's the value guy. The Lugia guy.
The value guy. Yeah,
Anyway, we had a few questions. I'm not sure if anyone said it as well here, but we had a few questions about will Aurier start over Doherty? I don't know. Wait and see what Mourinho does. Aurier, he scored, so he probably starts again. I know that I don't know what happens with the Dohertys. Like, it's actually going to be. I'm curious to see what happens as well. So we have to wait and see there. And yeah, so anyway,
West Ham,
real quick. Antonio is killing it. We've got to keep an eye on Antonio. He looked beastly again.
Could be in my team.
Could be a mixed team. So yeah, Antonio's looking amazing.
6.3 million.
6.3 million. Obviously, Creswell did some good things as well, which we've got to keep an
4.9
open mind. I mean, that's the thing is, obviously, this game we probably wouldn't be looking at West Ham assets. Probably wouldn't be looking at them. But if you do,
if United can score against Spurs, I mean, anyone can.
United scores. What is that? That is just he just loves hammering United. Though. Any given moment.
I love you, United fans. I love you guys.
Oh man. Anyway, so
Souček is down to 4.9 million. Job. I don't think this is spoken about enough. Okay, Souček has had more shots than
Timo Werner.
That's pretty big.
He's had the most shots in the game that hasn't scored. So I think he's had 12. So that's a big stat. That's a big stat.
4.9 million. He could be your fifth midfielder. He only costs 0.4 more than the cheapest midfielder you can actually own. Think about that for a second. He starts for West Ham. He's on headers.
Well, it's 0.5 because Stevens is 0.4.
Oh, well, Jov. Thanks, Jov. Thanks, Jov.
Job.
Anyone else from West Ham? I don't think so.
I mean, 4-Ls, I don't know. I mean,
it was a rhetorical question. Okay, sorry you didn't get that. Let's move on now to Leicester versus Aston Villa.
I'm just Mr. Open Mind, man. Anyone, some people like these crazy picks, all right? Hey, don't worry about it. Anyway, Aston Villa, Grealish, Watkins, maybe Barkley, maybe they've proved themselves already.
Who is on penalties? Who is on penalties?
Grealish.
I want to know.
Grealish.
I want to know. I want to know
if you're busy. I think that it's Grealish. Has to be Grealish. Is it Grealish?
I hope so.
Anyway, I think it's Grealish.
I hope Watkins actually.
Watkins got, 19 points. Grealish got like 28. What did he get? 24, 25, 28? I don't even know.
Many points.
He got a heap of points.
Many.
Barkley got points. They look good, Mick.
Yeah, this is a big game for them.
Undefeated.
Because Leicester, I'm still on the fence with Leicester. And I'm firmly behind the fence. I'm just throwing rocks at them. That's what I'm doing. Just throwing rocks behind the fence. Yeah, but I want to climb the fence.
Nick, who's throwing rocks at? Who's the individual player you're throwing rocks at, man? Can you put him on the screen?
Mainly penalty happy Jamie Vardy, just throwing rocks like just to do something from open play. You pig, do something.
You pig. He scored a backup from open play, man.
He did. That was the only thing he's done from open play. But no, I mean, yes, Jamie Vardy, but he's overpriced once again. Once again, the value side of me kicks in. He's scoring just only penalties. He's got to do something from open play.
Yeah, no, look, the thing is, you can't keep this up. He can't keep scoring penalties. He's penalty happy. He is penalty happy, Jamie Vardy, at the moment. He is loving this, the new rule, even though the rules changed now. The rules changed. So what happens now, Jamie? He's going to have to start scoring open play goals. He's had chances, though, to be fair. He's had chances.
I mean, if you own Vardy at the moment, you'd be so happy. You'd be loving the Vardy bus. You'd be loving the Vardy bus.
You got to keep him,
mate. The bus it's coming into the station, guys. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be smiling ear to ear when Villa pump Leicester.
Pump
it up.
Don't you know? Pump it up.
They're going to pump Leicester. I'm calling it now. They're going to get pumped. They're going to get pummeled.
That is crazy,
Aston Villa.
That is crazy.
Aston Villa own the transfer. They won the transfer window. They won the transfer window, and they're going to be a team to be reckoned with this season. I believe so. I don't think it was a one game. I don't think it was a fluke at all. People saying it was a fluke job. Do you think it was a fluke? I don't think it was a fluke.
I think it's a bit early for me personally. I think it was a fluke. Do you think look, early? It's a bit early to be kind of saying, "Hey, Villa is going to be Champions League contender." Like that's for me.
I didn't say that.
I mean,
I didn't say that.
He didn't say that.
I said they're going to beat Leicester. That's all.
But for me, Leicester is the Champions League contender. That's my opinion. I think that Leicester. I think this game is going to be amazing. I think I can sense 2-2. I can sense a playing draw. I can sense Villa keeping their undefeated record, but I can also sense Jamie Vardy penalty. And obviously, maybe Maddison doing some business as well, because Maddison's back now, man. Maddison's scoring goals as well. He scored that cracker. But I can see Leicester having a good crack here as well. And some of the assets are ones we're going to consider. But, you clearly, don't worry. I feel your look. I feel it. So
Barnes and Noble. Barnes is the only player I would actually recommend. I mean, if you want a Leicester player, you really want to get in there and get one of the Foxes. Barnsley's look great.
Barnsley's good. I like Barnsley.
Jimmy Barnes.
Jimmy Barnes. I think that Barnes could be good.
Maybe on Jimmy Barnes.
Anyway,
I would think about it.
Move past this because it's good you kind of ended on a nice note with Leicester. Quickly touch on West Brom Burnley and quickly move past it. Leeds versus Wolves. No, I'm kidding. This game here, I mean,
no, there's nothing to talk about.
There's nothing to talk about. I mean, if you own West Brom players, maybe sell them, and if you own Burnley players, maybe sell them as well. Maybe wait till they get some clean sheets. Because you know what? Burnley's due a clean sheet. Maybe this is the game. That's it. So maybe keep them. All right, move on to Leeds and Wolves. Raúl Jimenez, Mick.
The big man, the big Mexican T-Rex. There he is.
It's very rare that he blanks 3 games in a row. This is his 3rd game, Mick.
Woo! Well, I sold him. He was swiftly in and out of my team. I thought, you know what? They're playing Fulham. He's 8.5 million. He's a bit overpriced to me. Once again, value comes into it. But he's Raúl Jimenez. He is everything for this Wolves team. But I don't know. This is a new Wolves team. This is a different Wolves team. They got Neto and Podence playing up with him. So Traore somehow didn't make the freaking team. What was that about?
I don't know what's going on with
I don't know what was going on there. So I mean, I've swiftly taken out all my Wolves players on my wild card.
I think Traore starts this game, man. And I think
not impressed.
I think I'm going to call it as well. I like calling when Leeds like this high scoring game. I think this game has goals, and I think that Jimenez and I can sense like 4 or 5 goals in this game. I don't know how it ends up, but I can sense that if this is only if Traore starts as a wing forward. If Traore starts as a wing forward, he's going to cause my team a lot of problems because we don't take kind little players like Traore. So that's why I think that that's only if Traore doesn't start in that front three. Well, then this game could be nice and tight. Jimenez might not score. We might win it as a Leeds fan. But
Job, I've only got one thing to say about this game. Right?
What's that, man?
You know what?
What's that?
I think Wolves are a little bit country, but Leeds are a little bit rock and roll.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a rock and roll game. I can see Leeds putting some goals past us.
I hope so,
It's
man.
defensive Wolves. It's going to be a defensive Wolves.
Yeah, it will
That's
be
what,
very
that's what
defensive,
yeah,
yeah.
Wolves are really good at. So I'm really excited for this game.
I just hope that we score early. If Leeds scores early, if Bammy gets his name on the score sheet yet again, or Rodrigo got his first goal, and he's someone that's he's just popped up into old Joffy boys thinking. He's like, oh, Roddy boy. He's 5.9, and maybe I think he went down again by the. I don't know. Anyway, I think Rodrigo could be one to look at. And obviously, you've got to look at these other players. Or Harrison's back from his. He couldn't play against his old team. He's lone team City. Helder Costa as well. And obviously we signed Rafinha. Rafinha, I don't even think he's in the game yet. Rafinha, I'm just going to put it out there now early. Yeah, like I am Leeds United. Yeah, and I do a lot of research and I looked into this guy. This guy left the Champions League team. They're about to start their Champions League campaign. All their fans are pissed off. Like I'm talking pissed because this guy is like he's a poor man's Angel Di Maria.
Could he be a trap though? I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. Could he be a trap?
I don't think he's a trap.
No.
Well, the thing is that, look, we haven't seen anything of him in the Premier League, so we don't know. But I'm just going to put it out there. Rafinha, keep an eye on it. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
All right, mate. That was fantastic. That is our Game Week 5 preview wrapped up in a nice little package. Why don't we get into our team reveals, Joffy boy? I think it might be team reveal time.
Let's do it. Show us your wild card, Mickey boy.
Oh, is it wildcard time?
It's a wild card. Wild card.
Oh, there we go. Let's put a big. Let's make it big. Let's make it big for
ladies
big. And or gentlemen.
All
All
right,
right.
big team.
There's my wildcard team there. That's the way it's sitting at the moment. I'm not too worried about the yellow flags. All right. I like to look past them, through them, around them,
within them,
because it's an international break, and we know these knocks have international breaks, and they're flying home, and they might get a knock, when they're walking out the airplane, whatever. It's all good. They're all going to play. It's all happy days. So,
any yellow inch, they're playing.
So I'm gonna run through this team for everyone listening on the podcast.
Yes, please do.
So in goals, I've opted for Martinez. Like I said, I am pretty pro Villa. I'm pro Villa. I gotta say, I'm enjoying being part of the villains, and I think this villain defense is looking quite strong. Martinez is a freak. He's a freak. He deserves better than Villa. No offense to the Villa fans out there, but he's at Villa, so good on him. Welcome.
Good on you.
Welcome to the team, matey. I hope you enjoy the ride. I've stuck with Trent. I'm not leaving Trent. No. Trent's not leaving. Trent stays. Trent Alexander-Arnold is just positioned there. He's sitting there, my left wing, mate, just like
he's pretty happy.
Playing right back there. I've kept Romain Saiss in there. I still believe this Wolves team is good for clean sheets. And Romain he's had a lot of shots.
He's your family.
He is my family. I've gone for Chilwell. So I like Chilwell. I think that Alonso and Emerson are pretty trash, and Chilwell's going to solidify that left back position down at Chelsea. And obviously he had a cracker of a first performance, which kind of helped me with the decision. So Chilwell's in there at the back there. Then in the midfield, I've obviously got, De Bruyne and Salah have not left. They're not going anywhere for the entire season. That's just a given. I've got the Korean barbecue has come in after his performance. After his performance against United, the Korean barbecue was in there. Sonny Boy Jim is not leaving for any business. I think he stays at 9 million, 9.1 or whatever he is now. He went up, didn't he?
I think he went up, yeah.
He went up. So he's going to stay for the time being, and he's basically a placeholder for a Chelsea midfielder. That's what what he's sitting there for.
Yeah, you like it.
Unless the next guy on my list, Rodriguez, unless J-Rod,
J to the R-O-D,
J to the R-O-D decides to not play football anymore. He could somehow
announce his early retirement.
He could somehow become a Chelsea player, but for the time being, that midfield looks pretty solid to me. I'm liking it. I'm liking what I'm seeing from that. Up front, I've got a bit of criticism online from my lineup up front. I've obviously got Calvert-Lewin in there. Obviously, he's a given.
Well, obviously, we have Calvert-Lewin in your front line.
That's exactly right. Now, the next two are the controversial names in my team, I believe. I've got Watkins in there. Ollie Watkins. I've gone Watkins over Grealish on my wild card. Why do you think that is, Josh?
Why do you suppose that is?
Because he scored a hat-trick, the perfect hat-trick.
Okay, yes.
He announced himself to the Premier League, yeah? Now
He scored the goals that mattered, I believe.
Absolutely scored the goals that mattered. He beat Liverpool single-handedly. I don't think the rest of that Villa team did anything.
Wow.
It was all Ollie. Ollie did everything. He just carried that Villa team on his back.
Oh, no.
And he's in my team just for that reason. And he could be on penalties. You never know. And obviously, I've gone for Antonio up there, 6.3 million.
So no Wilson, no room for Wilson.
No room for Callum Wilson. Callum the Troll has stayed out of my team. Antonio up there. Now, this is another thing that I've done. I've decided, I did this actually prior to understanding that the Champions League was going to happen 3 weeks in a row. I decided, you know what, I'm going to have a strong bench. I'm going to go for a strong bench because I want a strong bench. I want some players that I can sub in, sub out, and rotate around there, yeah?
Mixing and matching.
Obviously, my goalkeeper, I don't care. It's Macy. I don't even know who he plays for, probably Arsenal. I don't know. But that doesn't matter. Now, I've got Jorginho as my first sub. He's on penalties for Chelsea. And I think at 5.1, he's a pretty decent buy. That could change, though. That's probably the only position that I might change.
Maybe
before
Souček, huh?
Souček could come in. At 4.9, Souček could come in. Now, second on my bench, I've got Dallas from Leeds United there. I think he's a Dallas. I like to call him Dallas. Dallas. Debbie does. I like Dallas there. He likes to get into scoring positions, you know, for the Leeds team.
He's amazing.
So I like Dallas there. And then obviously I've got Mitchell as my last sub. So that's the roundup of my wildcard team. It's well balanced. It's the well balanced option I've gone for. And I like it. I like what I'm seeing.
Yeah, strong team. I like that team.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Hey, good on you, Mick.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Good on
Jonathan.
you.
No, thank you.
Hey.
I'm excited.
Oh, I'm excited.
I'm excited for this wildcard team. I think I'm going to kick some goals. I think I've chosen some winners in this team. I believe
some big winners,
and I am excited for Game Week 5 to see what happens. I think it's going to have an instant impact. I think we get instant rewards. Okay, Joe. Let's move on to your team.
Yeah, put my team on the screen, and for all the podcasters out there, I'm going to talk you through my team right now. So who have I got in goal? Who have I got in goal? I got to think about it.
There it is.
So my team. We can see our heads. I will go. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I've got Mr. Meslier. Let's point to him this way. So I've got Mr. Meslier. I've got Meslier as I needed my Leeds player up front. At the back. Stop doing that.
I'm going to look at your team.
That's pretty good. Yeah. So here we go. So I've got Meslier right there.
Meslier.
I've got
Meslier.
I've got Mitchell there as well. I've got Lamptey on the bench who it says it is a yellow inch, but I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be playing Lamptey over Mitchell. I've got Justin at the back, home to Villa. Robertson I've actually still got as well. I want to give Robertson a chance. Let me bloody do my team in peace. I've got Souček. So Souček, the goal-scoring machine who hasn't scored yet, 12 shots, no goals. I think he's due against Tottenham, perhaps.
Ooh, I like it.
I hope so. We'll have to say wait and see. Whatever happens, happens. So obviously Mr. Salah, Mr. De Bruyne, Mr. Son. So these three are midfielders that are going to be in a lot of teams, I think anyway. I've got the captaincy on Son at the moment. I think that I might leave it there because Son scored like 5 in his last 6 against Spurs. But, I mean, De Bruyne and Salah, it's just hard not to captain them. We'll have to wait and see. And then obviously Calvert-Lewin up front. And I've got my family, my two family, Mr. Jimenez and Mr. Ings, my businessman friend Ings.
You just mentioned Ings.
I've got Ings.
He's a trap.
No, my boy Ings, he stays in this. Hopefully, I'm going to try to keep him all season. I hope I can. I really want to. And Jimenez, I want to give him one more week because I really want James, man. I really want James. I want J to the RLD. You have to wait and see. But yeah, so that's my team at the moment. And I think that Lamptey will land himself in my team ahead of Mitchell.
Very nice team there, Joby boy. So let's move on to our captain picks for the week.
Captain pick.
So at the moment, I am firmly on KDB. I really don't feel like I'm going to be going anywhere, but this fella, I think I really need to just stick with him for the time being, don't you?
I mean, you've done it twice. I've done it twice. Going off him if he hauls is going to, it's obviously going to be like, it's going to be like an moment. But at the same time, I don't know, man. I've just brought in Son. Maybe I might do Son. I actually might do Son.
I know. I mean, Joff, I like that. I mean, Son's probably one of the best options. Son or Kane this week are probably the best options. You know?
You talking Kane? You just have it.
I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, I'm going to captain Harry Kane on penalties. Oh my god, I love him. He's honeypot. But yeah, you got to mention him. I got to mention him. I got to bring him up. I don't own him.
Right.
I'm not going to own him. But he's going to be a big option this week.
But also one more player as well. We've got to touch on as well. He's
Of course. I mean, if it wasn't on KDB, it would be on this guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So you put Son in third in line. You'd go KDB, Salah, and then Son.
Yeah. I've told you, but I'm not going to captain anyone outside of Salah or KDB the entire season. I mean, I'm going to try my best to stick to KDB, but if he blanks again this week, I may have to look elsewhere.
What's the thing is KDB, Salah both on penalties. Son isn't. So that's your only negative thing with Son. But I think I'm on Son. We'll have to wait and see. But I mean, obviously Bruno Fernandes, if you own him, you know, he's been scoring goals, so he could be doing some damage as well against Newcastle.
Yeah. Another option there. All right, mate. Well, before we get into questions, which are coming up very, very soon, guys, I want to do a quick shout out to all our Patreon members. Thank you so much, patrons, for being a part of FPL Take the Hit. We love you guys. Is it your turn to read the names or me?
I think it's me. It's always my turn, but no, I think it is actually my turn. Last time we said that, and anyway, let's go straight into it. So Sammy Deering, legend, George Zikakis, Stephen Bailey, Gary Warwood, Anthony Farrelly, Cole Brett, Bradley Emot, David Jereb, Ivan Kovacevic, Alec Mazemder. Is that how you say it?
Mazemder, yeah.
I got it right.
That's right.
Zaki Boy, Wesley Quirk, Bert Van Goys, Bertie, Sahir Hamid, Patrick Cedric Khan. You have to say it, don't I? have to. Lewis Husey and Sammy Horner. Thank you all. We appreciate all the love and all the support. And
thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Going. So if you do want to support the pod, head over to patreon.com/FPL Take the Hit. We appreciate all the support. Thank you so much, guys. So moving on to the next part, big shout out to Fantasy Football Scout for their sponsorship of us. Thank you so much, guys. We actually got a big article right up of us on Fantasy Scout this week as part of the Scout Network. So head over there if you want to read that article. Nice little bit of background info on me. I've dropped for myself.
Yeah, it's really nice.
So thank you to them.
And anyone that shares us as well. We really appreciate anyone that shares FPL Take the Hit with their friends, family. I know it's hard sometimes because like, I don't want to share my the people that I get my information from, but at the same time, why not? Like at the end of the day, ours is a bit more. We give you information, but we try to give you a bit of love, a bit of entertainment, a bit of everything. You know what I mean?
Just light humor.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just a bit of everything. So just any sharing is caring. We appreciate it.
That's it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Let us move on to some questions.
Question.
There it is. All right, guys.
Carlo Angelotti,
comments
thank you.
are up. I'm going to go to the comments now.
We are back. And obviously, I want to put a question out there for myself. What do you prefer as our background? Would you prefer a player? Would you prefer this? Would you prefer a stadium? That for the latest question. We're going to get to that later. All right.
Yes. Actually, yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question to ask. We should actually we should preface our question section with a question to the audience, Jeff. I like that. Thank you for that. What do you like for our background? Thank you. All right. We're going to start from the top. We'll rattle through the top and then we'll get down to the bottom. All righty. Let's start it off with Reginald asking, will KDB start? Joffy boy, I think the answer is a clear
Obviously,
yes.
I believe yes.
A big yes for me.
Akshad's having a go. Just look at Akshad saying KDB is a trap.
I'm going to swiftly move past that one.
Akshad, that's crazy.
All right, let's keep on moving. We keep on moving.
There's a lot of KDB talk in the bloody chat, wasn't there?
There we go. Mr. McSee just saying Maguire is poo.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. That is fair enough.
Oh, no, Mr. McSee, what else did he say?
He is not liking much about him.
This one here, Mr. McSiege is saying his own son for his 2 and his 1 and not for his other halls. I feel for you, Mr. McSiege, but you know what? He's going to do business for you if you bring him in soon.
True that. All righty. Tom is saying that he sees value in the cheap forwards. So he's backing myself with some cheap forwards up front. Like that. That's pretty good. There we go. Reginald saying that Liverpool won't keep much clean sheets having Adrian in goal.
Fair.
We've touched on that as well, obviously.
All right. Where we got the...
Oh, here we go.
Oh, Cavani is too old. Hughie Master is saying, okay.
We're getting a lot of Cavani.
Summers is saying Cavani has joined Manchester retirement home. Wow. Oh, wow. It's a bit of coldness. Towards Cavani.
Anand's here.
Very good morning.
Anand.
So Anand's taken 4 hits. He should be the mascot. Yeah, Anand, take the hit.
Well done, Anand.
All right, what else we got?
Legend.
What else we got?
Reginald's already taken a negative 24 this season.
I love it. YBE, don't do the one there because I got a bit of swearing. But click on this one here. So YBE, we love you as well, legend. He says, haha, we all play for fun. I love that. We play this game for fun. Why not?
That's exactly right.
Enjoy it. Tom saying Zaha is a troll. There's a lot of talk between the people. I love that. I love that. Good on everyone, man, for having a chat. I love it.
We haven't looked at any of these questions just yet.
Yeah, this is actually good.
Just going into it.
We're just cruising
we're
through.
getting a lot of love for our gut feeling sound effect. That's
yeah,
awesome.
thank you, Ryan, for the gut feeling love, and Reggie.
Oh, I like this one, man.
Oh, here we go.
One more chance for Zaha. He's a trap. Sell him. Bring in Grealish now. Just do it now. Hit the button.
But you know, I mean, Grealish. So having said that, Zaha's the better fixture. So if he keeps him, I don't blame him.
Hey, YB agrees with me. Thank you, YB. Come on back.
Reggie's saying, who will be your front three if you wildcard now, including DCL? I mean, Mick said it. So Mick has, you know what? I'm going to give my front three. How's that? My front three would be Calvert-Lewin. Oh, then again, I'm just biased with Ings. So if I wasn't, I'm going to say no Ings here. This is no bias to Ings. So Calvert-Lewin, Wilson, and it's tricky, the third one, isn't it? Maybe Antonio. He's looked good.
All right. Well, there we go. Call me crazy, but Kane is better than Son coming from a Spurs fan.
Oh, YB.
YB,
all
I think you
over
hurt
it.
my back, YB. you hurt my soul.
Hey, actually, Bale, isn't it? Bale is coming. Bale is coming.
I like this front three.
So Divesh's front three is Antonio, Malpe, and DCL.
Tom doesn't get my Antonio pick. Did you watch the Leicester game? Did you see Antonio bully that?
All right, let's keep on cruising. There is keep on cruising. If there is, so any questions? I'm not sure. We have got no questions at the moment. It's all just comments. It's beautiful.
Comments. It's good.
Sammy Deering, Villa for Champions League, totally. Yeah.
Whoa, yeah.
Sammy Deers, we love you, buddy.
The villains, I love it.
Van Arnholt is back.
Here we go. Here's a question.
Here we go.
Huge master.
Huge. So you're saying, would you play Taylor or Mitchell?
Taylor.
I'll probably stick with Mitchell for the time being. I don't think PVA starts immediately. I reckon PVA comes off the bench for the start. But hey, who knows?
Yeah.
Huge master. They're saying Troy will start. I hope he's right because I want the Leeds game to be actually a really good game. I'd love to see goals in that game, even though I've got Leeds keeper in my team.
So chuck in your questions, guys. I think we're getting to the end now.
Yeah, it's actually
somebody needs Salah. Eat something.
Eat something. All right, guys.
Oh, Antonio bracing the cards. Thank you, Cameron.
Oh, nice. This is good. Oh, here we go.
Where am I?
You just scrolled a bit too
far.
Oh,
there we go. Here we go. Here's a big one.
And Nanda's saying, I've blanked with KDB for captain for 2 weeks. That's enough torture. Salah fixed for the rest of the season. And hey, fair enough.
Fair enough, mate. That's fair enough there. All righty. Eric Castillo is asking, top of the morning. Any update on Chilwell? Mate, it's an international knock. He'll start.
He's playing.
He's playing.
He is playing. We've got another one.
Shout out from Dynamite Dons.
Welcome
to the stream, brother.
And then we've got F. Samaki is saying Foden to Grealish. Yeah, I like that. I think that's a good move.
I think it's a great move.
Yeah,
we poo-pooed Foden already.
Someone poo-pooed him.
Someone did. Yep.
So what do we got? What do we got up here? Oh, here we go. Yeah, Mazzy Lex is saying who to bench, Justin or Mitchell. I would be benching Mitchell and playing Justin, even though I know they're playing Villa. But I mean, who knows? Maybe Villa. Maybe this game's 0-0.
Never know. You like this one?
All right, Danny Siegel Wax. I like that name. Danny is saying Grealish and Wilson. Okay, I have wildcard active.
You know my answer. I don't need to answer this question. I ain't going to Washington.
Mick would say Wilson.
I can't even answer that question.
I know that's hard for you, isn't it? Like you don't want Kane, you don't like Wilson. You'd be what? You'd be all Grealish and Wilson, obviously.
I'd have to go Grealish.
Anyone that's not Kane, Mick will do. But then again, it's like he's 2 trap players there.
Yeah,
what do you do? That's like system implode. Oh man. What about that one there? What's this wags of players?
This is background. What are they saying for the backgrounds?
Wags of players.
Honey's in the background. Oh, a bit of honey.
Go up a little bit. Someone else said something else as well. I missed it.
Sugar.
What do we say? Prefer photos of you. Oh, that's awesome.
Stop it.
That's cute. I like that.
You're the real hero.
Shop Mandu saying using my wildcard now. Should I get Kane and Son plus Barkley? Ooh.
Now I've seen this a lot, guys. I'm gonna be the first to say I think Kane and Son is overkill on Spurs. I know they beat Manchester United 6-2. I get
6-1.
Whatever.
6-1.
Whatever.
6-1.
whatever. The thing is, it was one game, yeah? Own one of them, preferably Son. But if you want to own Kane. But don't own them both. It's overkill. It's too much.
I'm with you. Hey, Mick,
angle.
you know what, Mick? Hey, you know what?
Right
I'm
hand.
with you.
It's my right hand.
You know what, Mick? I'm with you.
My right hand.
I think that
all
Son
right.
is the one. Right?
We've got
What
Action
was
as
that?
Salah and KDB as the backdrop. Okay, there you go. We can do that. We can
Salah
do that.
KDB
All
for
right,
the
Tom Tom's
backdrop
saying
for
that-
me.
Brewster's going to get the full 90.
Full 90 is
Perhaps.
Tom.
Perhaps.
Is Tom like the navigator? You know, like Tom, navigation.
I hope so.
Will Liverpool get back to being Liverpool? Huge Master is saying. I say yes. I say maybe when Alisson comes back. However, having said that, you know what? It's a different time in the world. And maybe Adrian is going to grow in the next 2 weeks and will enable Liverpool to be their old self again. So I'm going to say I hope so. Does that answer the question?
Absolutely. Daniel Pedersen.
Is he saying J to the ROD?
J to the ROD. Richarlison, Firmino have long truth other international break. There you go. That's interesting to say.
It's
yeah,
true.
actually, that's why
South
I've
America's
actually
a long way. Yeah, it's
yeah.
true.
So J-Rod could be benched after this, but I doubt it. Strongly doubt
I
it.
don't think he gets benched. Cameron is saying got two incredible FPL players here. Who to start out of Mitchell or Stevens?
Everyone's going to know about this Mitchell.
Just start Mitchell. I honestly think everyone just start Mitchell if if it's over him or someone trash like Stevens. I mean, Stevens, he doesn't score many goals, let's be honest. And I think that Mitchell will keep his place for at least one more game.
Follow up to Daniel Pedersen's question. Will these three boys start? J-Rod, Richarlison, Firmino. I think the answer is a clear
I think
yes.
why not? Why not? I mean, if
yes.
Richarlison's playing Brazil, then obviously, the guy that does this, the coach that's just literally going, hey, which is Carlo Ancelotti. And if you were listening to the podcast, it's like my eyebrow was raised because if you watch Ancelotti closely, he just does that a lot. I love him. I remember when he was at AC Milan doing that, and I was just like, I love this guy, man. He's like full philosophizing. Is that a word? Because he was doing it.
It seems like a nervous tick. It's like, and the team played very well. I don't know if he's doing it on purpose.
Oh,
or...
man. What about Ranieri's press conferences back in the day? The blue team, my blue team, we go on the pitch. We can do this because we're Italian, all right? So we can tease our fellow Italians. We'd love, our grandparents talk like that. We love it.
I love that.
Like now, Johnson, you got to do this and this. What do you think of the pasta sauce?
Jonathan, when are you going to bring home a nice girl? I want to see you get married before I move on.
Oh, shit. Good old grandparents. We
Good
love
old
them.
nonnies.
Nonnies.
The nonni. All right. Jonathan M. Paz wants to know, which two should I start between Barnes, Watkins, and Wilson? Wow. That's going to be an interesting bench.
Ooh, bad. That's, man.
I'm going to go Watkins and Wilson.
I'd definitely be playing Wilson.
Yeah.
And then the other two, they play each other. I'd go Barnes. I'd be benching Watkins. That's crazy.
You're a madness.
That is crazy.
You're a madman.
Alec Maz.
Oh, Maz in the house.
Bamford or Foden to start game week 5. I feel like you just kind of have to go Foden, don't you? I mean, don't you?
Bamford.
Yeah, I like that.
I'm
Leeds.
staying.
I like that. I mean, it's just all that investment, you know what I mean? Like, why would you own him if you're not going to play him? Do you know what I mean? Like Foden. That's me. That's me. Time to drop Barnes for Grealish for a hit. For Grealish? Oh, I said Grealish.
Yes, absolutely. Bring in Grealish. He is the real deal. Dynamite Dones.
All right, Dynamite Tong say, oh man, I remember when he did this. I've taken negative 20 in the last 2 game weeks and still got issues. When will it end? Oh, take the hit. Well done, Dynamite. We respect you for doing what you need to do.
Maybe just take a wild. Maybe hit your wild card.
Maybe hit the wild card.
That's what I'm doing.
But
Right,
it's going to end, man. Don't worry, it's going to end. Huge Master saying, will Bale start? If he is, will he be good for Kane and Son?
Yeah, he's going to be massive for them. He's going to supply some crosses. He's going to be creating more, take away some defenders from that wing. That's huge, man. I hope he starts. I think he might have got match fitness by now. I saw him in training, and he was beating Joe Hart. Hey, that's not hard.
Joe Hart. All right, Wack is saying, C-Man is saying Zaha or Grealish. Grealish. All right, keep moving. Tom. No, it's not. Tom's not asking a question there. We're going to go
Wilson saying PVA question mark.
Should we do that one there? PVA, yes. I think that he plays the next game week. I don't think that he starts this one here. But having said that, wait for the press conferences. As we always say at FPL, take the hit. Wait for the press conferences because sometimes they reveal stuff like this. Sometimes they're not in a bloody war, a mind game war with the other manager, and they will reveal stuff. So hopefully,
never know. Dynamite Don's asking, is it time to get Dan Andrews out? I think it's a big sell for me.
He's gone down. He's like 3.7. Like he's
lost all his fans.
He's lost a lot of credibility.
Yeah, he's gotta go.
It's time to go Dan Andrews.
Get him
A
out.
lot of people don't know what we're talking about. And it's probably better that you don't know what we're talking about. Let's go to Lloyd Miranzi. So he's saying that Leeds versus Wolves score predictions. Hey, like I said, if Traore starts, this game's got goals. If Traore starts in that position of right wing. If it doesn't, it's going to be low scoring, in my opinion. So, I mean, score prediction, minus Traore, maybe hopefully. I'm just biased. You do without Traore and I'll do with Traore.
I think it's going to be 2-2.
All right, I like that. Let's just do that.
Either way.
Either way, I like that.
All right, Jessie Bauer. Hi, Jessie. Hi. She's wanting to know Grealish or Watkins. I think if you can afford to go Grealish, go in.
Yeah, I'd go Grealish.
I just think Watkins is value. He's a value pick for me. If he can keep doing what he did against Liverpool, 5.9 million. He's going to rise in price very soon. He's a value pick. Amazing value.
I think Grealish.
Alrighty, let's move on, Joffy boy. What rank are we at the moment? Oh, I'm in the millions.
I'm in the millions as well. I haven't been this high for a while, but at the end of the day, it's okay. It's okay. Like I said, if it wasn't for you guys, for FPL Take the Hit, I wouldn't even know I think I'm 1.5 million because I got to put it on my Insta post or whatever. But if you guys don't want me to put it on my Insta post, then I won't do it.
The thing is,
I don't want to know.
Rank is you're so close to the next million or whatever. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter where you're ranked at the moment. If you have a good game where you're gonna just bump up into the the top 100K, it's easy
spiral
at the moment. So, all right. Annan's asking, is it worth investing in defense this season?
At the moment, no, but we should have to wait and see. It's gonna turn. It'll turn.
I like this one.
Barkley is a bigger trap than Zaha, Cavani, and Bale.
Is it true?
And Bale, yes, I think it's true.
Yeah, probably. All right.
But then again, Zaha is probably the ultimate trap. Should we call J-Rod James? Yeah, I like that. I mean, J to the ROD, I like that though.
Sorry,
but, yeah.
he will always be J-Rod to me. The rod of pure
Should we call him
J-Power.
H-Rod? H to the ROD. James.
The hot rod.
And Anna's saying, why would we go for Neto or Jota? Ooh, probably Neto. Jota's not going to start.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, unfortunately. Until he gets, maybe there's time in the future.
Ryan saying eyebrow-raising comments.
Oh!
Alrighty.
Well,
there we go. I like this question.
This is
Very
from...
good. I've been asking myself this question.
This is from Callum Wilson. Bamford or Watkins?
Mate, I'm going Watkins. I'm going Watkins, but this is a very hard choice. Very hard choice. Yeah, very hard choice. Alrighty, here we go. Shop and Mutu
saying Barkley on a wildcard. Don't have money for Grealish. If you want, maybe why not? Why not? Yeah,
I think we're going to see the best from Barkley at Aston Villa. I truly believe that he whenever he played for Chelsea, he looked. That's the problem. The only problem was he didn't get minutes at Chelsea.
Didn't get minutes.
He's going to get minutes at Villa.
Minutes didn't exist.
Minutes matter.
Oh yeah,
minutes matter. Marianne's better.
And what else we got?
Brewster will start right. Yeah.
I reckon. Sure. Eric Castillo is saying better asset long term Richarlison or Rodriguez. James. I already have DCL. I think Rodriguez.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the J to the ROC. Jesse's Bauer saying, we hate Barkley here.
Give her the thing, yeah.
There you go. You're welcome.
Yeah, Jesse.
If you smell what Nick is cooking. Thank you very much for that one. That's it, mate. We are at the end of the question.
Question.
Thank you so much for all
Thanks
your
for
questions,
tuning in, guys.
Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you.
We
for
appreciate
the
it.
Love.
And I just want to quickly put in right now, but after Mick saying love, and I'll just add a little bit of love, is that if you are planning to play the UEFA Champions League, or if you're already playing the UEFA Champions League, check out I've done 2 videos. I did a half an hour video, man. I was like, I found time. I was like, I got to do it. So basically, check out my half an hour UEFA Champions League video if you want to watch it. I'll give you a whole bunch of rundown on a lot of teams. I'll bring you up to speed. But yeah, if you want to do it, otherwise just keep playing FPL, man, because we love this game.
Absolutely. So that's it, guys. That is it from us. Thank you for joining
I love
us.
this game.
We do love this game. It's a bit of fun. Always good to get on the live stream, have a chat with you guys.
I love it,
Thank
Akshat.
Thank you, Akshat, for the shout out.
Put it on the screen. We love it.
We love you, Akshat. There you go, buddy.
We love it, mate.
No, thank you for joining us, guys. Hope you had a lot of fun with us. We always have fun on a Thursday evening with you guys. It's always good to interact with the stream. Sorry we can't get to the questions until the end, but that's just how we structure the pod. So, and the YouTube stream, whatever you want to call it. Great stream, Joel. Thank you so much for joining me, Joel.
My pleasure.
Thank you for being here today. You've been great.
Hey, look, thank you. You too. And you got to say, big up to Mick. He's the man with the clicker at the moment. He's clicking. He's doing all this stuff on the screen, putting the Zaha trap on the screen. He's just smashing it. For him to pull that off while we're doing this stream, honestly, man, bravo. So you got to give Mick full credit. So yeah, just give him a bit of love because that's
thanks, guys.
Really respect. Really respect that.
I'm getting
man.
used to. I think I'm getting better at
Man, you're doing amazing, man. I don't know how you do it. This guy's clicking along and stuff. He's taking orders from me sometimes. Sorry about that. I'm like, yeah, put him on the screen and shit. Yeah. So give a bit of respect for Mick anyway. All right.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Well, as we say to FPL Take the Hit, always remember to stay positive.
Accept the reds and embrace those green arrows, guys. It's been a long stream.
Thank you, guys. We love you all.
We love you all.
Goodbye.
Peace and love. We'll see you soon.
Take the hit. Take the hit.